All right, yes, sir, it is your boy Kevin Bourne, also known as KB the Boss from ShifterMagazine.com. And I'm here with a special guest all the way from London, not London, Ontario. We're talking about London, England. We have Jessye Romeo. She's the star of the upcoming global TV series, Robyn Hood. Thank you so much for joining us.
Thanks for having me.
No problem, no problem. While you're working on the series, was that your first time in Toronto?
It was not my first time. It was my second time. My mom actually grew up in Toronto and then she moved to England when she was a teenager. But everyone kind of moved at that same time. So I had never gone back or visited, but I actually do have a Canadian passport.
That's interesting.
Fun fact.
Fun fact. Things you didn't know. You know, people talk a little bit about the similarities between Toronto, London, UK, Canada. Yeah. Did you see any similarities and differences between the two places?
So first of all, absolutely similarities. The slang, for example, everything is deriving a lot from like West Indian culture, all the Wagwan fam and everything that kind of is very similar. Mm-hmm. So that was great. I felt very at home.
Yes.
And you have the Caribbean takeaway spots everywhere and dancehall music in the clubs and stuff. So I'm half Antigua and I very much felt at home here. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Now you're saying off camera that somebody actually thought that you were from Scarborough. Like, talk about that. Like, how did someone mistake you for being from Scarbs?
I'm not sure. I mean, in the initial stages, while we were figuring out the accent, I was working with my dialect coach 2 hours a day. And I decided from the first session that I would stay in the accent. I think I was in it for like 6 weeks. So I was just really trying to immerse myself in the culture and be around as many people in Toronto as I could. And so it kind of started evolving. I was obviously super nervous, but I was at a party enjoying myself in, talking in the accent that I was working on. And yeah, apparently I sounded like a Scarborough gal.
You passed the test. You passed the test. What was it like working in between Toronto and Hamilton?
I feel like I didn't get to see as much of the city as I could have because I was often like on set or shooting on location. But I love this city. I went to some really great parties. I really enjoy being like by the water and out on the lake. Yeah, I think this city is just such a vibe and it's really become one of my top cities in the world. And I'm so happy to be back, especially like when the sun is shining. I'm scared of a Canadian winter. I'm not going to lie to you. I have yet to experience that.
I've been in the UK during winter, and I remember they shut down school. There was like some specks of snow, and they shut down school. I was like, really?
You got
the snow trucks going. I was like,
1 centimeter of snow, and it's shut down.
You guys shut down school for this?
No, yeah.
That was like a light snow for us.
Exactly. Yeah, I'm sure.
If you've done Notting Hill Carnival, then you should come back for Caravana. Find yourself behind a truck, playing mass.
We were actually supposed to go to Caravana, and then there was COVID outbreak. I don't know if you saw Drake blaming Director X for giving him COVID. X went down, Drake went down, I went down.
Director X is, he's a staple here in Toronto. Yeah. What was it like working with him on set?
Working with him is amazing. It's great kind of working in, I guess, more of an unconventional way. In England, television there is quite formal setting. We had a lot of long hours and we really put our heart and soul into the show. And we had a lot of, parties on our breaks. We played a lot of music loud and we danced a lot and it was really fun. When around Caravana, we had a soca party in the trailer.
Okay, I need to visit that set during season 2.
The set is a vibe.
When you first read the script, what was it that kind of attracted you to this whole story and the role?
Initially, I thought that I was not right for it. It came through and the breakdown mentioned the musical elements because Robyn has a rap crew. They perform under masks. I read it as that like we would have to perform like ourselves. And as much as I think I'm an incredible rapper, I've been told I'm not. So I had actually said to my team, like, oh, musical elements. And they're like, yeah, okay, like, we'll pass. An EP who I knew reached out to me, said, look, just do a tape, a quick one, 24-hour turnaround, sent the tape, and they were like, okay, now just have a meeting with X. And so X and I had a Zoom, and we talked about you know, the reasons for telling the show, why it was an important story for him. And kind of from that moment on, I knew this was something that I had to be involved with. He's an incredibly passionate storyteller and an incredible creative. Yeah, that's kind of how it ended up starting. And it was just an honor, really, to play such a brave, fearless character. Yeah.
Did you have to end up learning how to like spit some bars for this, or did you have like a rap double?
I didn't, but I had like, I think like my alter ego came out, especially when I got to like put on my whole, like all the hood gear, which is like, I had the balaclava and the mask and the cape and these baggy pants. And, you know, like you can really lose all your inhibitions because no one can see your face. And I've watched enough music videos and watched enough rappers that I thought, I thought I was doing something there.
Is there anything you can kind of tell us just to kind of get our appetites wet for season 1?
I would say like expect adventure, expect fun, it's sexy, it's funny as well as really like getting to the heart of the story. Yeah, man, I love it. It really unfolds in a cool way, especially towards the end of the series where you see the crew kind of getting themselves out of some very, very sticky situations.
I'm sold. I'm excited to see it. So yeah, make sure to tune in. It's coming to Global TV here in Canada. We're talking about Robyn Hood, starring Jessye Romeo to my left. And thank you so much for your time, and welcome again to Toronto.
Thank you so much, Kevin.